here with Dan the Wolfman Theodore fighting out of Michigan. And Dan, you got a big match up here tonight. You're fighting the main event against Jeremy Horn.
Definitely. Well, you know what I got to say, that fighting Jeremy is a big thing for me. I got a lot of respect for him. He's definitely one of the top guys. And, I've seen his career kind of take off from the early Extreme Challenge days. I've seen him grow into a great fighter. I mean, I got him right at the right time. He's going over to Pride now. And we'll see what I could do against him. I mean, everyone knows how slick he is on the ground. And the past years, stand-up's gotten really good. So what I'm going to do is make it the most exciting fight that I can, and one of us will fall. And I just hope it's not me. I hope I can pull up the upset. I mean, so if you guys out there, hopefully you root for the underdog a little bit.
Tell us a little bit how you've been preparing for this fight.
Jiu-jitsu with a bunch of different people. I trained twice with Phil Baroni, doing some wrestling with Dan Severin, going to Crown Boxing Gym. Give a shout-out to Quincy Rice and the guys at Metro Fight Club. Where else? Warrior Way, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and training with Muay Thai Mike there as well. Matt Torres and the guys there in Lansing, some of the JKD Muay Thai guys in Lansing. So I think that covers it.
Now, in case this is the first time these guys have had a chance to see you, tell us a little bit about Dan Theodore, the fighter.
Well, I think I'm pretty well-rounded. I'm not great at anything. Come from a big, long martial art background. Taekwondo is where I started, and then I saw the UFC, and I said I was going to do it, and my friends laughed at me, and that pissed me off, so I started training to do it someday. As a fighter, I think I flow pretty good from art to art and style to style. I strike outside, kicks, punch, clinch striking, takedowns, jiu-jitsu on the ground. I got a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I did a pretty exciting fight last year against Yuki Kondo. I know I surprised him and got his respect. It was a fast fight. But anyone that's seen it, I think, can see that I'm pretty aggressive sometimes, and I make for a good fight. So hopefully I'll do that again tonight.
Great. We hope so, too. Good luck here tonight. We're here now with Jeremy Horn. Jeremy, you're the main event here tonight, coming up from Iowa. Tell us, what have you been up to these last few months since we saw you in UFC? You're on your way to Japan. Why don't we talk about that first? Tell us a little bit about your upcoming trip to Pride.
I really don't know much about it. We just verbally signed a deal with them a couple days ago, so I'm scheduled to fight on the 23rd of December, but that's about all I know so far.
And you've been training down with Pat Miletich down in Iowa. Tell us a little bit about what goes on down there.
It's the best gym in the world. There's not much else I can say. We train hard and we produce champions.
And what kind of training have you been doing for your fights here? Getting ready, you're taking on Dan Theodore tonight. What have you been doing prepared for this matchup?
Mostly I've just been trying to get back in shape. I had a spider bite that put me out for a couple months, so this is my first fight back. So just been trying to work on everything, get back in shape.
And what do you think your biggest strength has been in all your MMA competitions? Experience. Now, you've taken on some of the biggest names in the business right now. Current UFC heavyweight champion Randy Couture, you faced in rings. You've also faced the Pride heavyweight champion. What do you think that experience is really going to help you out when you go back to Pride or here tonight? How much of a factor is experience in fighting?
It means a lot. The more experienced you are, the more you can see clearly under fire and that kind of thing, and keep a level head and do what you need to do instead of panicking and making mistakes.
We got a lot of amateur fighters here on the card tonight. What kind of advice would you give to a guy just breaking into the business?
Just to fight as much as you can, and just try and stay busy. Work more on what you're bad at than what you're good at. Everybody wants to train where they're good. Boxers want to box and wrestlers want to wrestle, but you got to train the most at what you're bad at.
Great. Jeremy, is there anything you want to leave the fans watching at home with?
Thanks for watching.
Jeremy recently signing a two-fight contract to fight for Pride over in Japan. This very well could be his last fight in the United States for quite a while. Both fighters ready, and here comes Horn.
Horn wanted to get back. He says he's getting back into shape after a spider bite. Should be interesting to see what he shows tonight.
Horn cutting off the ring here. Oh, Theodore there with a nice low kick to back up Horn. Horn blocks him off, though, cuts off the corner again, shoots right in, though. And Theodore able to push him off there. Theodore, nice right hand there. Continuing, very smart, keeping his distance between him and Horn. Horn with a great experience factor. But Theodore, not a man that also has been around. Here we go, clinching up here in the corner. Can't use those ropes, of course, for your advantage. And Mike Riley right in there to make sure they're not. You may have seen Dan Theodore. He's fought for Extreme Challenge before. We mentioned Horn, of course, going to be fighting for Pride, fights for UFC. Trying to get some control here.
Horn's a very patient fighter. I've seen him fight a few other times live, and he always appears to be real calm. And I think that comes from experience. Ooh.
That one looked a little low. Horn able to blow it off, though. And the crowd reacted to that. Everybody here thought that was low. Horn's content there to just hold him close, not give him any chance. Tries to step on his foot there. Horn taking his time here. You know, we mentioned he fought the 2 heavyweight champions. He's also fought Frank Shamrock, Chuck Liddell, a couple of other big names there. Elvis Sinisek, the king of rock and rumble. Horn here complaining to Mike Riley, doesn't like what Theodore there is doing. Theodore trying to hold him close. Using knees there, which are not legal. That's probably what Jeremy's complaining about.
Jeremy still looks very calm, very relaxed. Theodore, however, has been able to at least stay on his feet, provide some pretty good muscle early.
Jeremy still contentious to hold him close there, not give him anything. Now Jeremy's using the knees too.
Appears as if they're going to knee each other in this fight. Looks like Mike Riley's basically going to let that one continue in this professional bout.
Nope, now they're going to cut him out, break him up. You're right, these are under professional rules. Horn looking right back in there, Tim. Cut it. Ooh, almost got hit with a high kick there, and Horn smiling, laughing about that.
It was a nice block by Jeremy Horn. It appeared real quick here.
Horn hooking both of those arms again. Now Theodore trying to trip him up there. Good skill by Theodore. Looking very impressive here early on. Not letting the experience of Jeremy Horn be a deterrent.
Throughout most of our fights tonight, we've seen guys with a little less experience than these two guys, and the fights have been rather quick. These guys a little more patient, a little more skilled. They're probably not going to have that flash knockout that we've seen earlier.
Getting close here to the end of the round. Jeremy just backing him up into the corner there. Takes those right hands to the back of the head. That can't help. That's got to hurt there. A couple of those. That'll get the stars going in your head. Here we go for round 2.
Well, Horn said he wanted to, he's working his way back into shape, and he probably wants to put some time in, and he's getting it against Dan Theodore, that's for sure.
Now Horn there goes right back in and cuts it off. And how about a high kick there? And he opens himself up, and Dan Theodore just charges in with rights and left. Put Horn down on the mat. Now Horn just picks him up. Theodore slips free. Wow, that was an exciting opening minute there.
They almost went flying out of the ring.
Oh! Now Horn takes him down. Great takedown there by Horn. Gets him over to the full mount. Theodore is in trouble here. That is not the position you want to be in. Theodore trying to escape now, though. Trying to push Horn down. Horn's been in this position numerous times in his career.
Right. Well, they're in the ropes. Oh, Horn sees. There's an experience of Jeremy Horn dragging him out into the middle of the ring rather than letting him have a rope break.
Very good point. You're right there. Now looks like he's passed over to the side mount. He's going to work it from there. Seems to be trying for some kind of arm bar. Trying to either catch the arm or catch the head. Putting those knees right in Dan Theodore's stomach, too. Not letting him breathe. Stays right on top of him. And Theodore, we can see here, very sweaty. It's probably hard for Horn to get a grip. Horn trying to block that knee. He just got hit with a knee at one time there. And now Horn just puts his head down. Controlling Theodore very well right now.
I think he's looking to trap that left arm. Oh.
Here he goes. Looks like he's trying to go back to the mount again. I think you're right. He is working that arm. Theodore very smart, though, keeping that arm close, not feeding it to Jeremy Horn. Horn tried for it, slipped up. Theodore, both fighters up now. Oh, and that's it. Horn nailed him with the knee right to the face, and this one's over.
Wow, just like that, Jeremy Horn, your winner tonight.
That's the great thing about mixed martial arts. You just never know when it's going to end, and like that, it's over. What an impressive effort by Dan Theodore, but it's not enough in the end to overcome Jeremy Horn.